It is not mean-spirited and it is not negative campaigning when we talk about someone's record.
Sarah Palin plugs away in her current role as attacker-in-chief for the McCain campaign. Despite that strategy, though, the McCain-Palin team trails in the polls and now face news like Republican hero Colin Powell endorsing Obama and the senator raising a record $150 million last month. Palin tells me there's still hope.
When we see numbers that show us a bit down in the polls, for John McCain and for me, it's invigorating, it's inspiring, it makes us work even harder.
Palin has been working hard to expose Obama's ties and relationship with Bill Ayers, a former domestic terrorist. Palin has been criticized for her approach.
You okay with the pal around with terrorists line, or you want to rein that back a little?
No, I would say it again. I would say it again because, again, according to the information that we have, the association that he's had with Bill Ayers wasn't just 1 or 2 times sitting on a board together.
Palin's comments have led some supporters to supposedly yell out threatening comments against Obama.
If I ever were to hear that standing up there at the podium with a mic, I would call him out on that, and I would tell these people, no, that's unacceptable. Let's rise above that, please. We haven't heard that.
What she has heard plenty of are the attacks against her, especially her Christian faith.
Faith in God in general has been mocked through this campaign, and that breaks my heart.
Newspaper editorials have taken shots at her Pentecostal upbringing. The liberal blogosphere has chimed in. And yes, Saturday Night Live has taken their shots too.
We don't know if this climate change, whoozy what's it, is man-made or if it's just a natural part of the end of days.
People would misconstrue and spin anything that has to do with my faith or anybody else's and turn it into something to be mocked. That's very sad. I don't think that there's anything that I can do about it, so I won't whine or complain about it. But nobody is going to convince me that my foundation of faith is not good for me and for my family, no matter the mocking, no matter what anybody says about it.
Palin dedicated herself to the Lord as a middle schooler, complete with an Alaska lake baptism. It's an event she calls significant because she realized there was something bigger than her out there.
As you're raised up out of the water, it's like, hey world, this is my confession of faith that I'm going to try to lead and live my life according to my belief that God, as my creator, has good plans for all of us, and we are to seek those plans and seek the destiny that he has for all of us.
In the McCain campaign, that destiny has put Palin as the central outreach to Christian conservatives. While the economy gets top billing in this election cycle, Palin has gone after Obama on social issues like abortion. Palin believes voters need to take a hard look.
His abortion stance is so extreme, it's so far left that it's way out of the mainstream. I think he's in some sense succeeded in trying to package up and pretty up some of his policies to make them look mainstream, even on abortion.
The Obama campaign makes clear his desire to reduce the number of abortions in this country. On traditional marriage, Palin made clear her desire for a federal marriage amendment.
I have voted, along with the vast majority of Alaskans who had the opportunity to vote, to amend our Constitution defining marriage as between one man and one woman. I wish on a federal level that that's where we would go, because I don't support gay marriage.
It's that type of talk that excites social conservatives and brings out signs like this one, I love Sarah, or In God We Trust. This one, Sarah, the new face of feminism. And yes, in a nod to her Alaska roots, even the I love Mooseburger sign. While Palin's rallies are filled with energy and thousands of people, it's the quiet times, the times for reflection and prayer, that mean a great deal.
What do you pray about, and what are some things that people can pray for you about?
Pray, of course, about my family, that my kids will not be adversely affected by some of the political shots, of course, that we've been taking the last couple of months. I pray for my son's safety over in Iraq, fighting for us, and in a striker brigade in the U.S. Army, and for all of our troops. It will take God's hands of protection to be continually over our land, and His wisdom, His grace, His favor. I pray for that for our country.
David Brody, CBN News, on the campaign trail in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.